I'm Stanley Bahorek, and I'm 35 years old and 362 days. My birthday's this weekend. And I grew up in Columbus, Ohio, in the Midwest. And my story goes like this. It's a really good one, in that it ended well. I have a huge family. My mom is one of 10 kids, so I have a myriad of aunts and uncles and cousins and extended family. So when I finally decided to come out to my parents, my mom and my dad, I was nervous. I was raised Catholic, and I told my mom, and there were emotions, there were feelings, but overall, she embraced me and told me that golden phrase of, no matter what, I love you, as did my dad. And I said to my mom, okay, look, here's the deal. We have a big family. I'm thinking we do this in phases, and perhaps we don't, go through the Rolodex tomorrow morning and call everyone to let them know, but rather, as it naturally occurs. I was 20 when I came out. And so my mom says, oh, of course, I understand, I respect that. And the next morning she got out her Rolodex and she called up my uncle. And she said, uncle's name, oh, I would love to talk to you. Stanley told me some news, some information, and I'm just processing it, and I think she was reaching out to him for spiritual guidance, counsel, because he is a spiritual guide and counselor. So in many ways, I forgive her for breaching our deal of not calling family members. So she says to him, oh, Stanley told me he's gay. And my uncle says back, well, I don't know if this will help or hinder you, but so am I. And I believe thus began the coming out process for my uncle, who's a Catholic priest. Second act of the story is I went to tell my brother, who's a couple years younger than I am. And he was in college, so I drove up to his college in upstate New York. I was visiting him. We were having a lovely visit, hanging out, catching up a little bit. And we're going to go out to dinner together, just the two of us. Young adults coming into our adulthood, right? I'm 20, he's 18 maybe. And we go to the place that everybody goes, I think it was is it called like the Ground Round? Or the Ground Round, the Derby? There's this place, this restaurant that used to show old cartoons of Betty Boop on the wall. And they had peanuts, no? Midwesterners, you catching what I'm throwing down? So we're sitting in the parking lot, and I think to myself, this is it. This is the moment. I have to tell him now. Can't be in this restaurant, and I'm like telling him in the restaurant, tell him in private. And again, I really didn't know how he was going to respond. And so I say, Matt, I've got something to tell you. I'm gay. There's this silence that just hangs there for what it felt like. Well, it probably felt like 2 minutes. It was probably 1 minute, but wait for 1 minute, it's a long time. And my heart starts to race, and I think, well, what are all the possible things that he's thinking right now? And maybe he's upset, maybe he's, clamming up because he's angry or doesn't know what to make of this. I couldn't imagine that it was a surprise. But at the same time, it was. So we're hanging there in the silence, and finally, I say to him, whatever you're thinking, whatever you're feeling, Just say it. I can handle it. I can handle it. You can just say, if you're angry, tell me that you're angry. And he reaches across the car and he grabs my leg or my hand. And then I look and I can tell that his eyes are getting heavy and wet. And he says, I'm just so happy for you. In the 80s and into the 90s, I didn't even know if anyone who was a family friend was gay. The irony being, I was living in Columbus, Ohio, which even then and still now is a very gay per capita, like gays per capita. It's a very gay-friendly city in America, but just really I didn't have much exposure, and so no one I knew really was openly gay. You don't have to come out. That's part of at first, or you're on your own evolutionary timetable. So if you're not sure, be not sure. Yeah, because it can be fearful and it can be a venture into the unknown. So it's okay to do some fact-finding missions and feel like you're plotting your course. It's a very personal journey, and it's something that will evolve over time.